Hello, beautiful people. Let's break it down like we're in Chinatown. What is going on? What is going in? I don't know. Let's try and not make it sin. Let's go. So, many things going on the world stage. Once there was a man called Shakespeare who supposedly wrote many theatrical productions that we learn at these things we call schools. And then you learn when you do your own research that it's likely that this man Shakespeare did not write these theatrical productions. But one thing that is interesting, whether it was Francis Bacon or whoever it really was, or whatever it really wishes to portray, one of the most powerful lines that came from these productions was, "The world is a stage, and we are but players." But I wish to change this slightly. For the world is staged, and we are being played. With our imaginations, we are imagining nations. It all begins from our perception. The Essenes, the first Christians, the Gnostics, the Sufis, they knew that they must go within to awaken the true God consciousness. They must turn away from the institutions, from the worldly self-proclaimed powers, from all that jazz, and realize the kingdom of God, the queendom of God, is within. And as simple as that sounds, for most of us, in this very toxic world, being bombarded with a consortium of false information and false frequencies and fear and paranoia and you name it, it's all being sold. It's very difficult to do what should be simple, to connect to nature, to go within, to be who we really are, free from this system of madness. But it is a collective projection of the unconscious programs, of the unresolved traumas, of the buried emotions, you name it, it is playing itself out in the cosmic drama right in front of our eyes. And as much as we might say, I don't know why this is happening. Why Ukraine and Russia? Why coronavirus? Why this? Why that? Because we have failed to acknowledge it all begins, and there's a flying ant trying to interfere with this message. Begone! We have failed to acknowledge that we are where it all begins. If you are watching this from the average Western country, do this little experiment. Go into your fridge, open it up. What have you got there? Vaccinated meat, eggs that came from vaccinated chickens, tortured, mutilated, stripped, clipped, you name it, maimed, tamed, domesticated. And as far as I'm aware, the quote, "You reap what you sow," is still in effect and always will be as a cosmic law, as a cosmic fabric of reality itself in its infinite plenum of possibility. So, to find the solution, we must look to ourselves first. As Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. So, how is this all related to the way that we treat animals? We domesticate, we tame animals, we treat them as if they are slaves, whether they be pets, whether they be the foods that we eat. We call foods, we call it meat, but really it's just animal carcass that's been enslaved and was not allowed to be freed and was domesticated, hybridized, modified, and fed all these unnatural foods just to make it the perfect constituency, the perfect consistency, pardon me, for the hidden hand that wishes to sell us trauma and chemicals and falsehood in every way conceivable. So it's not just eating meat that's the issue, even in this world of modern chemicals and modern mechanization. Pretty much all the food we're eating is laced with chemicals. Even the organic stuff has got chemtrails and pollution raining down on it, but it's best to stay that. That's where we need to be, the organic stuff, with the thick skins, the fruits, the thick-skinned foods that already kind of are providing a protective layer around the fruit, so that we can still kind of endure the times that we find ourselves in this shell of protection around it. I particularly love mandarins, pomelos, coconuts. Yeah, those are thumbs up. Oh, yellow melons, good. Here in Bali, we've got GMO red melons. Most people don't know that. And you've got the white seeds or the immature seeds, and that's not good. Remember, folks, seedless fruit is godless fruit. Make sure your fruit has got seeds. Yeah, if you were walking around without your seed, God, that would be an issue, wouldn't it? Just as if a woman was walking around without her eggs. And by the way, those eggs belong to that woman. She's not selling her eggs on the market unnecessarily. Now, if we have to eat eggs, or we're living in a situation where we don't have a choice, and we do our best to eat, organic, free range, whatever that means in today's modern world, who's to say that is not karmically acceptable, depending on our circumstances, right? But if we're living in the tropics and we're still eating eggs, and we've never ourselves explored fruit, and what are we doing? Because fruit is where the money is. The real money, the Christ coin, the real cryptocurrency, all about the Kundalini awakening within ourselves through our own crypto, our own hidden currency. And they're trying to keep us in this ideological subversion where everything is about the outcome orientation. Oh, in 4 years, I'm going to be a crypto millionaire. Oh, Bitcoin's going up. Oh, Bitcoin went down. Oh, I didn't sleep last night because of Bitcoin. Oh, come on, guys. Wake up. Jim Carrey said, the most valuable currency there is, or shall we say, the effect we have on others is the most valuable currency there is. When all is said and done, God, creation, judgment, whatever you want to call it, is not looking at your bank account. It's looking at what's in this bank account. In the account of International Heart Foundation. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Heart is an anagram for earth. Switch the letters around. Many of us die from heart disease because we allowed ourselves to become heartless when we ate creatures we didn't need to eat. And people go, oh, but what about the screaming plants? There are many plants we should not eat. But fruits don't scream, and I can give a testimony to this. They sing, they dance, they cannot wait to be inside of you. Okay, that's true. It's a true story. I've seen it with my own eyes. I was on some psychedelics, I'll give you that. But it was very real. It was very, very, very real. Ooh. So, what I'm effectively trying to say is, as it says in the Bible, in Genesis 1:29 or 1:27, I have given you the fruits of the earth, for you these shall be meat. Seed-bearing fruits. And on top of that, as Plato said, supposedly Plato said, the foods to replenish the human body are the nuts, the seeds, the plants, the fruits. Same message, baby. And if we truly want to regenerate our bodies, we need to go on the fruits, the non-hybridized to our best of our ability, seeded mono fruits with some beautiful, delicious herbs, as it says in the Bible. The herbs are for the healing of the nation. Wonderful. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother Cosmos, Father Cosmos, the whole jazz, the ineffable soup of wonder. Thank you for giving us everything we need. And forgive us for not seeing the forest through the trees through the forest. Whichever way around you want to say it, I don't care. Forgive us, Father, forgive us, Mother, for we did not know. But we need to become in gnosis of what we should really be eating, how we should really be treating each other, what we should treat each other, what it should be inside our fridges. Because you're as cold as ice, and you're willing to sacrifice. And if you're cold as ice and willing to sacrifice, guess what? Guess what's going to come? Knock on your door. The same fate. Yeah. It makes sense, right? You know, karma in Sanskrit means action. It's your doing. It's our doing. A little poem I wrote. One day the fruits of your actions may not be the sweetest hour. For today your pride has turned you against reason. But tomorrow you will try yourself for your own treason sour. And those who doth drink from poison chalice, and pour their potions with malignant malice, cast their sorry spells with no regrets. But the seeds that were sown they will beget. For all is a dream your own doing disguised, and hurt that ensued from ember eyes, dressed in insidious ignorance and fallen from grace. The mirror returns your fate you face. So, we have to get out the victim mentality of, why did this happen to me? Why is this happening to us? And I have deep compassion for all those out there who are only just becoming aware of the madness of this world and who are coming out of this sleepy haze that everything's just going to be fine and the Endless Garden Party is just going to keep on going and I can keep watching Netflix and I can keep watching my shows and I can just keep doing what I'm doing and have steak for dinner and have chicken soup and all these things that have a price to pay. Everything that is distraction, taking you out of your groundedness has a price to pay. You get what you deserve. You deserve in it. You know? We are magnets. Magnet. Every day you cast your magic net and you get back what you give. The Magi's were to become aware of this truly and harness and hone the purity of the God consciousness, the Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, and be the pure Taoist expression and manifest wonders, brilliance, everything you can imagine, miracles. The world is your oyster, but we're vegan, right? So don't eat oysters. So, yeah, this is just a little expression to put some spicy, juicy, jazzy information inside of the field of our world right now, our world, the new world order. But my darlings, you are the perfection. Don't let them dictate to you what it is going to be. But if you've been dictating it to nature unconsciously without realizing it, then it's time for us to repent, clean the slate, and start again and say, you know what? Mother Earth, I'm sorry that I mistreated you. Please forgive me. I did not see clearly. Allow me now, through my actions, to be a servant of yours in love, because you gave rise to my being. I could not be without you. Shakti is the foundation of Shiva. If he does not have Shakti, he is Shava. He's a dead corpse. We worship the masculine without first having our 2 feet on the earth. Christ was down to earth. Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, down to earth. Crowning. It's not just about grounding. Grounding. Cosmos to earth, earth to cosmos. Here we are, baby, having a good time. You want to have a good time? Don't have this kind of time, timey. Do away with the false time and become the natural rhythmic being you are. Like all animals already know what the time is, right? They know it's time for humans to sort their shit out, right? Because who's been suffering the most from our own ignorance is Mother Earth and her creatures. Is that not true? And there are many things on top of everything to talk about specifically, but perhaps we'll make this short and sweet as an inaugural message from, I don't even know who I am. So, much love, my brothers and sisters, and let's hope God has mercy on us. Hare Krishna.